we've been down here all damn day. It's Mary
and Alma,
and we are reviewing.
We are fighting to get through this.
Because Love Ready to Love is coming on in exactly what? 40 minutes. So, yes.
Yeah. So
we invite you guys to like,
share,
subscribe.
Are we still doing that? Okay.
Oh, and comment. Anyway, episode 6. We're reviewing episodes 6 through 9.
Yeah.
6 through 8.
6 through 8 right now, yeah.
Okay, so I guess maybe we can start with they all came back from Chicago, and they're all meeting the families.
Yes.
That's where we're going to start.
Yes.
Let's
so
start.
Let's start with Sal and Mal and take it all the way through to episode 8. Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
So Sal and...
Alright, so we're going to talk about the couple's first meeting because Shayna apparently dumped Kyle after he had met the parents.
Yes.
But Sal and Mal, you know, everything worked out well. She met his sisters. They liked her and everything. They did ask them some questions and stuff like that, ask them what they liked about each other. And it just seemed like they lined up. I really love Sal and Mallory together.
I do.
Great couple.
I do. It feels like that she's falling in love. I love when
she falls in love with him more and more.
She's falling in love more and more. And I'm happy for her because I'm so happy when women decide
not to go for the same old.
They decide not to give in to their fears and stick to someone who's familiar but not good for them.
Yeah.
And they turn around and they decide, I'm going to bet on love. And even though it might be hard and it makes me more vulnerable and I'm not as sure because this is unfamiliar.
Yeah.
She still powers through. So it's like I'm seeing growth with her.
Yeah.
Just like I saw growth with
Shake.
Yeah. So that is just beautiful to see.
Yeah.
Now I am hoping that Jarette, who does not seem as though he has made any growth.
Not at all.
He seems to be going in another direction, going out and all that. So,
but we gonna get into that later.
But we'll get into that later, yeah.
But Sal met Mallory's sister. She is older. She's kind of like a second mom
to Mallory, right?
She really grilled them and
did.
Everything, and she did not hold nothing back.
Yeah.
So,
but later she did admit that it's hard for her, kind of letting go because it's hard for her to share her best friend with someone else.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, that she does not know. So, yeah, you could feel that.
I know.
But I love the fact that Mallory kind of stood up for him. Like at some point when she was like really just saying that you have to trust my decision, that and then reassure her that no one is forcing me to do this.
Right.
Nobody can force me to do this. I am choosing to be here. And I love Sal under the table. He just kept rubbing her knee, like just trying to like
reassure her.
I tell you, that guy. I love them together. I just love it together, and I just love to see Mal like falling in love with him more and more. You know, I really think it'll be a beautiful relationship.
For sure.
If they will give each other the chance and not be afraid.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, Shayna went and introduced Kyle to her people. Well, you know, Shayna and Kyle, she left the honeymoon or whatever. They met up, and he was basically like, I wanted to make this work, whatever. She was not wearing her ring at the time. But she said she really likes Kyle, and she wants him to meet her family. So she let him come to meet the family. Yeah. He met the brothers, the mom, and the dad.
Yeah.
And they were talking, and everything seemed to go well or whatever, stuff like that. But then he came to, so are you a godly man? And he said, what's that? Red flag.
Yeah.
Well, you should have even said that. Yeah. So now you're making sarcastic jokes with a family that's religious.
Yeah. They were not amused.
He's like, what's that? He's like, so do you believe in God? Like, do you believe in Christ? He said, oh, no. No. He said no about 4 different times.
Yeah.
And her mom just looked at her like he's a good man. I can't bless this.
Because she has always wanted someone who's religious. So, yep.
Yeah. She said, I know where my kids are religiously and everything like that. But so the day after, I think, she basically met with him and was like, he was like, so where do we go from here? Like, what's the marriage going to be like, whatever? She's like, I can't marry you. I can't marry you. And he's like, what? Like, this is what, this, like, in 2021, like, he looked so pissed.
Yeah.
And he was like, so this is how we're breaking up in 21. Like, this is the issue.
Yeah.
You are an atheist. So you do not understand.
And then what did he say? These are, what was it? like, when you reach your breaking thing, like a deal breaker. He's like,
Yeah.
these are deal
breakers?
breakers in 2021. Yeah, yeah.
Are you crazy?
They are deal breakers.
I know you don't believe, but as strong as you feel about being an atheist, that's how strong she feels about being religious. And she wants somebody who will lead her in spirituality.
Yeah.
You know, same thing. Like, I would
Yeah.
not want to be with somebody who does not share my same faith. Because I
Yeah.
want somebody who will like, wake us up. We go do our prayers every day, you know, and, like, is the head of his household spiritually.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, why
He
would
just
she
felt
want
like,
that?
if I'm going to be with you, you should also want to be with me. But there are a lot of things that will break up family. Religion is one of them. Finances are one. Like, there are a lot of deal breakers. So that's one. Yep, 2021.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And he's like, our relationship is bigger than God. And she's like, God
Nothing
is
is bigger than God. Like, are you serious? Well, that's the thing. It's because he doesn't believe. That's why he doesn't, you know, that's the issue. Because you don't understand.
Yeah.
That's,
but you know, he said he came from a faithful background, right? His mom was very faithful, and
I don't know how that works.
Yes, I just wonder if more things happened with him, and, you know, maybe he would have been a believer if, you know, he had been with her or whatever. But yeah, everybody has their
He
deal
wasn't
breaker,
really.
so.
I just thought that was crazy. You said our relationship is bigger than that. She's like, huh?
No, yeah.
Like, no, boo.
So,
our relationship is not bigger than God.
and if anything, you just saying that
Just really solidify.
Really like,
this ain't gonna work.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I totally understand.
But let's talk about when she went to meet Shane.
So all the couples met up. Nick and Danielle are going to be that nosy couple that just can't get they just can't get their nose out of other people's business, like, at all. He's there talking to her or whatever. She's like, you know, Shane, he was my number one from day one. Yes. You know, and it just baffles me or whatever.
And then Shane left Natalie, said, I'll be right back. He goes over to Shayna, and Danielle and Nick are standing there. They're trying to talk to each other, and they're like standing in air shots, pretending to be talking
to one another.
And then Nick was like, let's go talk. And she's like, yeah, let's go. So they left.
Yeah, because y'all be nosy ninnies. I swear Nick is such a gossip. Like, he's so nosy.
You better focus on your relationship.
Well, you know, I always say the people who focus on other people's relationships are the ones who got the worst trouble. And look at them. We ain't going to talk to y'all about the other panic attack she had. She had about 3 or 4 already, and we were only on the 9th
one of
episode?
them, I felt like he was, you know, he also was to blame. But let's finish talking about Shayna and how she talked to Shane.
So
because she was kind of like
trying to come on to him.
What she should have done is, instead of trying to put instead of her trying to speak badly about Natalie, she should have just said to him, I really like you. Are you still feeling Natalie?
No, she called. We forgot to say this, but she actually called Natalie like 3 days before to be nosy. Probably after she dumped Kyle, she called Natalie to be nosy and to ask her, how's the relationship going with Shane? Like a little snake in the grass. And she was like, oh, everything's fine. She's like, well, if things don't work out, I got a guy for you.
You, who likes you.
I would have been like, hung up the phone.
So Natalie tells Shane, and Shane confronts her.
Yeah, basically, which I'm glad he did. But he didn't really seem like he wanted to be with the shenanigans.
Yeah, but he did not. He really didn't. And what he wanted to do, he wanted them to kind of talk and flirt, and it to be nice, light, and fun, and for her to give him some kind of nice accolades. But
he felt good when she was like, well, I like you still. And he was like, smile like, that's my issue with him. He loves reassurance so much. What if somebody starts giving it to him more than his woman? He gonna jump ship. Because it just, well, you said it even seemed like he still wants to knock her boots.
Yeah. If she gave him an opportunity, he'll do it before he gets married quickly. And then be like, I'm now here. I'm now yours.
Yeah. So that is my only thing.
But they did not, like, she kept on talking really badly about their relationship, like, you and Natalie.
If you think that you guys are compatible, if you think that you and Natalie are compatible, it is comical. It is comical. I'm like, girl.
And all she wanted to do was just hold him and say, I love you, don't you love me, or something. That's all she really wanted to do. But then kind of like her pride and all of that stuff. And so what does Shane do? Shane goes to Natalie and they start making out because he's going to prove to you that, no, it's not comical. Our relationship is just fine.
My issue is it's just embarrassing. This man did not choose you. Not once, not twice, but 3 times. He did not choose you. And you keep on coming like a dumbass and embarrassing yourself. Like, why you keep on doing this? Have you no shame? Have you had no pride?
One thing I can say, during the review, your brothers are not going to be happy that you were doing all that for somebody.
Yeah, because you're talking about y'all had such a connection. The connection was lust and sex.
It was.
It was very shallow. Every time he's talking to you, what are you wearing? Oh my God, you're so hot.
Yeah.
Moaning had his legs wide open like butter on a piece, like butter on a piece of bread, spread wide open. Like, I'm just like, what is this?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, if a guy come ask me what I'm wearing, you best believe that'll be the last. That'll be the last time he ever talk to me or see me. That'll be the last time. So I'm just like, girl.
That was very funny.
That's why it's so hard for me when she says that she's religious, because you were talking about nothing but sex.
Yeah.
And I feel like she just wanted to end it with Kyle.
Engaged also.
And here you are acting the plum fool. We're trying to be his mistress on the side. Too much. Too much.
She's like, I'm not gonna take a back seat. I took a back seat to Natalie. I'm not taking a back seat.
And I don't tell her feelings. Girl,
okay.
He don't want you.
I know.
That's the thing, he don't want you. You were a good time.
Yeah.
Get over it and take your L.
Yeah, he wanted more of someone with a personality, and he did say that many times. So, it's sad because I feel sad for Shayna just because.
Why?
You know, she reminds me of those young women who will go lead with their bodies, you know.
Mom, she's 32 years old. So
yeah, I mean, we all do stuff. And then you think that the guy's going to like you even more. And then when that doesn't happen, you also feel bad. You just feel sad about that. So, anywho, that's that. And, Natalie and Shane, she met his mom. He met her mom and dad.
I was very shocked that she did not tell her parents at all about the. Like, I would have at least told my mom, like, hey, yo, I'm going to this thing.
Apparently, her mom seems to be probably the one who's a disciplinarian. She said she was raised by her dad, right? But because the mom worked. So the mom is the financial breadwinner in her home. That's what she said. She said, and the father stayed at home and raised them, yes.
Interesting.
And so she said, so Shane and her relationship reminds her a lot of her parents because she is more, I guess, financially not more set than him, but in terms of like she has a 401k, she, you know, wants to do certain things with her finances, and he is like, I like to take risk. Probably he doesn't, you know, risk. Maybe he takes risky investments or whatever. So she's like, you know, he and I, we remind each other about my parents. But his mom is such a sweetie.
Yeah.
His father died a couple of months before this show.
The actual thing.
So sad.
That's sad.
And so for him, what drives him is he wants his mom to see him married. He wants his mom to see him have children.
Because his dad never got to.
Because the father never got a chance to see that. So something beyond just knocking boots drives him with Natalie, and that can be like a really binding tie. So Shayna, I don't think that's gonna happen.
Yeah, she needs to have some pride about herself and move on. Yeah, move the hell on.
And then we have Nick. You want to talk about Nick and Danielle?
Oh yeah, they met the parents.
Yeah, so Danielle's parents were family is really nice, very bubbly. Talk about anything, sex.
The brother even asked her how often they're having sex, which I thought was just inappropriate.
At the table with stepdaddy, mama, sister.
Well, her actual blood brother asked her how many times she's having sex.
Yeah. I mean, I guess that's just them as a family. The mom said, you know, that's just how they are.
I would never ask my sibling that. I don't even want to know that you're having sex. I don't want to know. Oh, you had a baby? I don't want to know how that happened. But anyway.
But his family, in contrast, is like...
They were very shy, very timid, and everything.
But I didn't think that they were timid. He said that they're timid and reserved. Them sisters, you know, maybe his mom. They were very cynical about this whole thing.
Yeah,
they were
very
just
negative
cynical about the whole thing. Yeah, just like.
And he even said he feels like he doesn't even exist in his family. Sounds like he feels like he doesn't even exist.
Yeah,
that was a little sad.
That was sad.
But apparently, so what happened after their dates, where she had her second mental breakdown? What happened was
after they met her parents. Right?
Yeah, apparently, like he said, he had some issues with his family. So basically, he said that
the parents.
As they left the parents, apparently something was happening with his phone and with his parents, and he just was not seeming as happy or anything. And so what happened was apparently something was going on his phone, and
his friends were calling, his family was
calling him, and apparently something had happened. He was very irritated.
So when they got out of her parents' place
and went to the car,
he started talking about his family and friends who were pissing him off, and she was upset because she's like, we just had this really wonderful time at my parents, and she wanted to find out for him just how much he loved her parents. That's what she really wanted to know about, and he was trying to talk about family, and so they both got upset because she's not listening to what he's saying. He's not seeing her need for affirmation that her family is just wonderful and great. So they start arguing out in the streets. And then he tells her, the world doesn't revolve around you, girl. And I have other things going on besides this and your family.
Well, you didn't say it like that. She kept on pushing him.
Well, that's how she heard it. I love your family and all that stuff, but other things are going on in my life. It's not just about you. Well, you know something? How about this, Nick? I see you got some narcissistic tendencies. And after that, it was a wrap. It was a wrap because he's like, narcissist. So she walked away.
I just think she's just too much.
I mean, I can see how both of them got
he does not have a great relationship with his family.
Yeah.
Okay? So maybe it pissed him off to no end that he could not even think straight.
Yeah.
Because he's usually very level-headed. So the fact that he just came out and started talking about it, obviously, you know, it really bothered him. Yeah. And you're here always talking about how, you want to be there for him when he's going through stuff. That would have been a time for you to be there for him.
Yeah.
So my thing is, it's just like, I don't know, she's too much. It ain't gonna work. I'm telling you, get yourself out of the sunken place, my brother, and move on.
He's 36. She's 29 and he's 36. I guess she turned 29 during this whole thing.
Get yourself out of the sunken place and keep it pushing, Nick. Cut your losses.
Yeah, but they came back together. They talked and all that.
Well, she is going to be apologizing for the rest of her life. This is only been like 3 weeks,
and then now they're fighting about something. What was it? What is it now that they're fighting about?
I can't even remember.
Yes, they're fighting about something. Oh! The big one. They went to their place. Okay, so his place is really nice and neat and organized, right? And her place, she has like her little air guitars that she uses. Friends come to her place a lot. They even broke her dining table because they were dancing on top of it. So she was telling him, hey, you need to get out your tools so you can fix my table. And so he was like, I mean, I don't mind people coming to my home and dancing.
But you're breaking furniture?
But I don't want them breaking my furniture or dancing on the table. He's like, well, I mean, they don't need to. She's like, well, me and my friends, we do dance on table. So he was just like,
you're married now.
Yeah. So then she showed him her costumes. She had a hot dog costume.
She had this fool in a corn dog costume looking crazy.
She told him to wear the corn costume, and so he wears the costume. They both have the costumes, and they kiss. And then she says, and then he says, "So these costumes, I mean, do you wear them just to wear?" She said, "Well, I think she sometimes wears them for ads." But she also wears them when she's hosting her parties at her place. So he was like, oh, okay, so you host. So he said, so are you going to do all of this? So by the time she told him about the broken table and how they be dancing on the table and she and her friends, they will want to continue to dance on the table with her friends. And he's like, okay. So he says, well, I'm actually feeling very hot. I need a moment and I need to take off this costume. So I just feel
it's gonna be a serious trial. It's gonna be a serious uphill battle.
I know you want some fun in your relationship, but bruh, I don't know if this girl
is seems
ready
like torture.
For and then so now they're fighting about the fact that has gone out quite a bit during the week. She doesn't invite him, and she goes out with her friends.
I think that's suspect.
And so obviously these friends also are not married, you know. And this is what I gotta say to women, especially. Listen, when you are always going out with your friends, and I know how that is. When you're young, you guys go to the club, enjoy yourself, and all this stuff. However, as time goes on, and you're the first one to get married of your friends, you have to remember this. If your friends were in the same situation, they probably will not be out dancing with you. They will be at home with their man, enjoying their marriage. That's what you have to understand. If they had the opportunity that you had, they will be at home, enjoying themselves with their man. They will not be with you out here dancing. So you just have to, it's all about priority. You're like 29 years old now. Like, how long are you going to be doing this? And he was saying that, you know, career-wise, financial-wise, she is not stable. So I don't know what she does, but you know, like Nick, you're 36, so I don't know. Maybe you need to be someone who's 32. You know, 33. I mean,
I just don't know what the hell.
I don't know what he's gonna do.
This man gonna be suffering for a really long time if he decides to marry this chick.
Yeah. So even when he's talking to her about that and just telling her how he feels and stuff like that, like, I don't mind you going out with your friends, but just sometimes, you know, we need to make ourselves a priority because we're the ones who are getting married. So now she's telling him, oh, you're trying to tell me that, you know, like, kind of control me and tell me not to go out with my friends. So it's like he can't even have this conversation with you without her feeling like he's saying. And I'm sure, you know what it is? Whatever Nick is saying, I promise you, her parents have told her the same thing. When are you going to get your act together? Maybe even her parents are even helping. Sees her career is not stable. Maybe the parents even help her with the rent. Yeah. So whatever Nick is saying, an adult in her life is saying that to her. And so when he says it, it makes it sound like it's more than what it actually is. Because deep down she knows, I got to get my stuff together. And I'm not.
Yeah, I know.
But that's going to be a problem, Nick. I don't know how you're going to be dealing with that on a date. This is not going to work.
Not at all.
It's not. This is one relationship I can say is not going to work. Whew. So who's the next one? You want to go for Jarette? And
I ain't talking about that. I want to talk about somebody happy first.
Sal and
Shaken Deeps.
Shaken Deeps. Yeah.
So they went to meet the families. Yes. It was very nice.
Very nice. Both families.
They just merged very well together. Really? You know.
Then he tells his mom.
What does he tell his mom?
He tells his mom. He says, "Hey, you know, I like her in every single way, but the physical, you know."
You don't tell another woman that.
And I don't know if this is a TMI or what is.
He said that?
Yeah. Well, he said, I don't know if this is what I should be saying to my mom. She said, yeah, that's TMI. She said, but let me talk to you from a woman's point of view. If you cannot give that woman everything you have, if you're not going to give her, if you're going to give her less than, even like 0.5%, less than 100%, then you need to let her go. So she can find somebody who will love her completely in addition to the physical. So that was, Mama just dropped the mic on that one.
He said, if you want to be a fool up in these streets and ruin it because you want some animalistic attraction, then you better get yourself the hell out.
No, that's not what she, because I don't actually agree with the mom. Because, okay, he should
let her go if he cannot give her everything. Even Sean said you should be having sex with her every single night to make this work.
No. What I'm saying is, he should give that to her for sure. He should actually make the effort. So I think he misunderstood his mom, because what it sounded to me like the mom said was that if you can't even also be passionate and animalistic passion about her, then don't be with her. But I don't think that's right. I think that, like he was saying,
I don't think she's telling you to be animalistic.
Well, not animalistic, but I think what I heard the mom say is kind of like, if you can't give her all the passion in addition to everything else that you say she has, then don't bother her. But I feel like in every relationship, you're not going to have 100%.
No, but he's not putting it in 100% right now. He just has put his hands up. I'm not physically attracted to you, so he's not kissing her. He's not hugging her. You're not putting in the effort. That's what mom's saying.
Well, they haven't had sex.
They haven't
because
had
she
sex.
said they do cuddle. She said they do cuddle, but he has not.
He has not
had
kissed
sex.
me. He has not held my hand and all this stuff.
No, they do cuddle. She said they.
Mom,
do
they
cuddle.
don't. She said he doesn't kiss her and he doesn't hold her hand.
She said
Not like that.
She said they will have sex, and because of
Well,
that,
she doesn't
has
kiss
moved
him.
back.
She doesn't. They don't kiss. She
So they
said
have
that.
stopped kissing.
Yes.
Oh.
They don't kiss.
Oh wow.
So that's my thing. The mom is saying if you cannot put in 100%, which
Yeah.
means even though you're having these feelings, you should still be trying to be physical.
Yeah, you should
If
definitely
you
be
cannot
physical.
do that and put that to the back
Yeah.
and try to at least try, like Sean was telling him,
But he
then you should
wasn't-
not waste
but,
your time with
but
her.
that's no. I think the mom misunderstood him. I don't. Well, but then she knows her
He's
son.
not trying though.
Then she knows her son too.
Yeah.
Because maybe she knows that he's going to try to find something. So maybe she knows her son too.
That's
but-
not his type. So he
Yeah.
could be sabotaging himself. The fact that
I
he's not
don't
even
think
trying
so.
to
That
be
man,
physical.
That man was lusting over Deeps.
Yeah,
think
Mom,
what
that lasted
happened,
about 5.2
he
seconds
did
and it was
not,
over.
Because she even said when they first got to the hotel, they were all over each other. But she also, we talked about that. She was so into him also physically.
Well,
like
Mom, I think
she
she
was
felt like
taking
she should put in
charge.
extra because he was pulling back. So maybe she was overcompensating. That's what I feel.
I just felt like, anyway. But I think what Sheik said was very important. Have sex with this woman every day.
Sean.
Oh, that's Sean. Oh, what Sean? It's
Yes,
Sheik.
because
Sean,
he's not even
yes.
doing that. So
Yeah.
that's what the mom means by you need to be put in 100%.
That's
You might be
true.
having these feelings, but you need to be proactively trying to make it work.
Yeah.
You just aren't doing shit. You're sitting
I
back
think,
here like,
you know,
I'm not physically attracted, bro.
But you know what it is? I honestly
But I
think,
like her like an aunt. Why
Yeah.
keep on saying that?
I know, but I honestly think that he was trying to get some kind of reassurance from his mom in that, hey, the physical will get better. So I don't think the mom gave him something, and I think he should have really gone and asked his dad. Because his dad is a man who probably, with the mom, was not physically...
That's what he should have asked.
That's
But
what
I
he
think
should have
that-
asked.
But
And
I think
even
it's good
when-
that he asked the mom, though, because at least she put some fear into him. Like, if you don't treat her well, somebody else will.
Somebody
and
else
she should
will.
get that.
Right. And then the other thing, too, because the reason why I say this is, I think Sheik was really looking for advice. Because when he was talking to Sean, and Sean says, man, I mean, you got to whatever, and he says, okay.
What would you do in this
exactly,
situation? He
because
was looking
he
for
needed
advice.
instruction. And
He
that's
doesn't know
yes,
it.
and that's why Sheik then Sean got it. He realized, he says, they turn off the lights. And
Have 5
just
shots.
get that, right?
Just
right?
get it in.
And then he said, just get it in. And he's like, okay, so by
You want me to be an alcoholic
No,
and be doing this like with the lights
for
off?
30
What's
for
this?
30 years. He says, no, that's just the beginning to, get it wet
Sean
or whatever,
crazy self
right?
is- he
and
can
he's
be
like,
smart though sometimes.
and he's like, and then after that, he's like, if I were you, but I'm not you. We're not the same. But if I were you,
I'd be
I would
doing
do
it
it
every
every
day.
day until I
Every
got
day.
it right.
See, that's why I like. See, he
I
annoyed
like
me, but I
that.
like Sean. I like that advice he gave
That was
him.
funny. Shade. We won't call him Sean. Shade.
You gotta
But that
knock some boots. Gotta
Yeah.
knock boots.
He was
Gotta
like,
strap
I
them
will
up high.
be-
Turn off the lights. Get the liquor going.
Yes.
Get the balls flowing.
You got to. You just got to get on it and ride.
Yeah,
like a bike.
yeah.
You got to get on it.
I'm
man.
a riding like a
And do
rodeo.
it, yes.
Cowgirl, like a rodeo. City girls.
And I think Shane didn't want to get real deep because then maybe Shake would be like, has he been thinking about some Dipty?
No, but the thing is, even when they first met, he was like, "How are you not having sex with Dipty?"
Yes.
Like he almost had to catch himself. Like,
He
but
did.
even Dipty
He
was
did.
like, "Oh, I mean, I could have had a great relationship with Shane, honestly, because
Yeah.
he's just my type.
I
Like
know.
we're the same energy." But he had to catch himself. He was like, "How are you not
No,
getting
I'm
on
saying,
her?" Because he said. I don't know how you're not getting it
I
on with
know.
her. Like, he had to catch himself because he
So
was
that
like,
was-
man, I would have been knocking the woo.
It's so crazy. But you know something? So, I mean, I feel like,
Man, you wasting your time, Shake.
But that's why I feel. And I do give Shake credit. Because even with all of that, he still went to Shake because he knows if there's anybody who can really give me some straight up advice, it's probably him. I may not like what I'm going to hear, but I'm going to come. Because he's trying to. Shake is really striving. Okay?
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, so
that's that with them, and let's move on to
Jarette.
And yeah, we gotta do this real quick.
This fool is out here in the club.
Okay, they
till
met.
5
the
a.m.
families met.
The families met.
His parents
seem
really
they
sweet,
seem very
and
shocked that he brought her home.
But they really like her.
Yeah, the father was crying, talking about, I want to officiate your wedding.
The minister, I know.
So sweet.
I thought that was sweet.
And
her parents, her adopted parents.
He seemed very standoff-ish.
Yeah.
Very. He didn't even come meet them at the door.
And the mom
he was waiting a long
like,
time to even go give them a drink.
Yeah.
And he just seemed like he did not want to be there.
I don't think the parents were sold on him.
Hell no! She didn't even look sold on him. She was looking very unsure, all cuddled up in like the little fetal position in the corner of the couch.
Yeah.
And she was like, "So what do you like about her?" And this jackass said again,
He's
her resilience. Always gotta say the resilience and the strength. She said, "Well, what do you like about her as a person?" Probably apart from the resilience, because I'm sure she has heard that too.
Yeah, because she's a black woman. Being a black woman.
Yeah, we hear that too damn much.
How you're strong, you're resilient, you can take anything. They can burn you with steel, and you'll still be standing miraculous.
No, I cannot. I am a fragile flower. You gotta get it right. Don't hurt me.
So I'm happy that she caught him right there. And but I don't think her parents are sold on him.
I don't even think he was ready for that question, because he didn't really even come up with anything. He was just like, "Oh, our energy is cool,
quirkiness and
stuff." So they weren't sold on him.
He has been going out 3 days during the weekday. He goes out
to the club.
Hanging with his friends. And
she's like, "I don't want you to come. I'm not telling you to come home at 1 o'clock, which I think is late. You're coming home as a married man at 1 a.m.
And then she says, but at least try to be home by 3. So that means this man coming home
at 5, 6.
But then how are you working if you're coming home? Maybe he's like a nocturnal person, but still. And then she doesn't want to go out, which I think she should make some kind of compensation. Go out with him once a night and say, "I go out with you once a night." Go hang out with his friends, but don't just not go at all. Because this is also your guy. He has had a life before you.
My thing
Once a night, go out with him. That's what I will say.
This is what I'm going to say right here real quick. He going to be cheating on her. He is letting her know. He's putting feelers out there, Ma. He's putting feelers out there. This is what I do 3 times a week. And he's trying to see if she's going to be okay with it. He's trying to see how she will react to it. Because she's going to be doing it.
Her when she says, I mean, you go out a lot. And he's like, only 3 times. So I've only been out this week 3 times a week. 3 times is a lot. So that means that this man, he does it more than 3 times. And he comes home later than 3 o'clock in the morning.
And she was crying, talking about it. She was like, my needs aren't being met. Yeah. You're not meeting my needs.
And what did he do? Pick her up and took her to the room.
Not like they're doing anything, because she said she's not having sex.
Just put her there so she could be quiet. And because he was already dressed, ready to leave for the day.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it's really just a hot mess.
Yeah. And then he was talking to his friends.
He's gonna be cheating for sure.
He was talking to his friends.
Talking about how, are you ready? He has horrible friends.
He was talking about the sacrificing he's gonna have to make, so he got to think about that.
She wants her master's, and then she wants her doula certificates. Yes. And it seems like all that shit costs money.
Right, and she doesn't have her,
she ain't her finances
she's not gonna
together.
be able to, I guess, work while she's doing all of this stuff.
So all that's like a lot of effort, sacrifice, a lot of sacrifice. I'm sure you would not be saying that if you were with Mallory. I'm sure you wouldn't.
Well, Mallory has her own investments and stuff, I guess, but
I'm sure it still would not have even been a problem for him.
And then Ayana, stop talking about Mallory, because you're there talking about Mallory.
What's so different about her?
What's different about her is that she's more established than me.
No, that's not what it was.
That's what she said to Jarette, and Jarette is just like.
He doesn't say nothing.
He didn't even give her any reassurance.
Stop talking about Mal. You're going to give him reasons to be thinking about her. And then you're going to call her up one day. We all know why he wanted Mallory, okay? So stop here trying to make excuses. And stop talking about that woman. If you are so concerned, you should have said no to this damn weak-ass proposal. We told you this last week.
I know.
So now you're here having all these doubts. I pray to God she don't go through with this, because if she does, it's gonna be a life of misery, and he gonna be out there cheating and probably bringing her diseases.
I think she might shock people. She's small, but she ain't stupid.
She's small, but she is
not stupid. I don't think she's gonna marry him.
You
That's
don't think
one
so?
of the relationships that I think she's gonna turn around and she's gonna walk away.
You think so?
I think so.
I don't know, man.
I think so. And then the last one, of course, is Sal and Mallory.
Well, let's talk about the really nice thing he did for her.
Yes.
That I think that's how
That's how
episode 8 ended.
Yes.
Because it was
beautiful.
so sweet.
They had been fighting because apparently he's
a girl showed up.
that he
We
knows
didn't even talk about that. A girl
went
showed
to
up.
his sister's house.
Apparently, they were not in any relationship. It was a
Well,
situationship. She got feelings.
That's
she
what
was
I
telling
think it
him
was.
that, oh, you can date people, I'll date people, and she really wanted him. But you're here having sex with a guy thinking that he's gonna want you. It don't work that
he
way.
has not made a commitment to you. And you all already doing it.
Already knocking
He's not
boots.
gonna make a commitment then.
Why buy the cow and get the milk for free?
When she found out, I guess that he was out on this show,
she
got
apparently was
upset.
talking bad about him, cussing
Went
him
to his
out.
sisters. His sisters, of course, were shocked because you see what they told Mallory.
Yeah.
They said Sal is what you get. What you see is what you get. He's the most genuine, kindest person.
Yeah.
So he said the sisters were shocked after she went and told him all kinds of things.
I know. I was like, what? But I thought it was so sweet because the way that he actually was like, yes. So he did this really cute thing. He cooked up his stir fry, honey. He lit candles. He had flowers all over the place, honey. And she just looked at him while they were talking. She was like, I just love you, and I just hope you know how much I appreciate you.
Him. Yeah. And she told him that. She's the first one to say, I love you.
I know.
And then he
looks at her and he says, so romantic.
He laughed, and then he says, I love you too, Mal. I am hoping for that, but those ones, they're going to give us a heart attack because I don't know. Mal is, it's like, she's second guessing all kinds of things. I don't know. So, but we'll see.
Too much.
Yeah.
But yes, y'all, it is Mary and Amma. Thank you guys for watching. We are about to get ready to live. Woo!
All right.
All right, now we'll see y'all later. Bye-bye.
Bye.